Shelby ran a great run. And then let's talk about the ironic thing here. I mean, I don't know if irony is the right word, John. You're the English guy. You're the literary expert. But I first of all, like, we said it before. Like, Shelby can never win over him. But I just started a thread. Did she silence some of the haters? Because if you think that, what else could prove to you maybe that that she was clean and she was caught up in an innocent mistake? Like, she serves a 4-year ban. She comes back in her early 30s, and she's just as good on the global stage as she's ever been. And she led this whole race. And I thought she was extremely brave. She's like, I haven't led anything all year. I didn't really want to lead, but there I was, and she did it. Now, I guess the only argument would be, there's only really two arguments. One, you could say, well, she doped then and she's still doping now and getting away with it now. Or you could say, well, there's residual gains from doping, even though it's been like 5 years.
Residual was that word there.
Yeah. So, but I think if you're open and you're sort of torn on the label, to me, I always think, well, if they come back clean and are equal in their performance and are being tested all the time, it's better. It's like, if you're skeptical of Kenyan distance runners right now, as many of you should be, Sebastian Salwa is going to run the Berlin Marathon tomorrow. Well, he's offered to be drug tested 25 times. If he continues to run well when he's being drug tested 25 times, that to me is a sign that, hey, he's probably clean. And the same thing is true with the opposite is true of Fred Curley. I actually think this is very interesting. In case you don't know, Fred Curley, the U.S. 100-meter runner, who he's been suspended from the sport for missing 3 drug tests. Well, he's just signed up to go on to the enhanced games, which is where you're allowed to drug and dope yourself. So he's going to be running hundreds next year, probably on steroids. And to me, if he doesn't run significantly faster than he did this year, that means he most likely was doping this year. So that's going to be a litmus test. Like let's think about this logically. But anyways, I did extremely long interview with her, 13 minutes. One other journalist was kind of joking. He's like, I've never seen anyone do a film and the thing. But I really wanted to ask all the questions. And Jonathan's gotten some flack for saying he believes in Shelby. And she innocently made this mistake and wasn't intentional. I'm open to both possibilities. But after this, I'm much more likely to think, man, this girl, I was super impressed. I actually, when I turned off the camera, I said that was impressive as hell. And congratulations. You should be extremely proud of that. And I was. But I tried to ask the questions that some of you who don't believe in her would ask. And one of the things that I thought was very ironic was there's message board haters about Atleti. Her father, what are the odds? The woman that kept Shelby Houlihan off the medal stand tonight, her father was a very good Italian runner, and he tested positive for nandrolone back in the day. That's the very same drug that got Shelby Houlihan busted. So now, I don't read Italian. I believe that he got off eventually from the charge. But people are assuming, bad Atleti doped because her dad doped. Well, the dad may have been let off. I'm not sure. We really need to have set up an interview or get a translator or see if she speaks English about Atleti. I don't think we need to really talk to her.
She speaks English.
Okay. Ask her about that, and she's ever heard of Shelby and stuff like that. Because Shelby didn't know the story, but she's like, well, whatever. It's just, she's like, I think differently about the whole anti-doping situation than I did before. But check out the interview on YouTube, 13 minutes. Love her or hate her, incredible run. She and Andrews ran great. They ran great.
Yeah, and I think, if you're someone who believes Shelby doped intentionally, then, I mean, maybe this says to you, hey, she kept going for 4 years and she came back and she's still performing at a similar level to when she left. She said she thought she's in American record shape for the 5K right now. She doesn't have the 1,500 wheels that she did, but she's also 32. And for her to get fourth first time bout, maybe you say, oh, okay, like she really stuck with it. She's still here. But then, of course, Justin Gatlin heard this. When he came back, he started running faster than ever. And people said, look, okay, he's running these crazy times, but he's running times in his mid-30s as a sprinter that we haven't really seen before. He must have gotten residual gains, or he must still be doping.
And I'll agree.
People will make the same argument about Shelby, with this performance. So I don't think there's really going to be anything she can do to convince everyone. But she, again, vehemently denies ever doping. She said that in the mixed zone. I think she was quite proud of her performance. And it is, this year went a lot better for her than I thought it would. She comes back. She gets second at USA Indoors in the 15, medals at World Indoors in the 3K. She was second in the 3K Indoors. medals at the World Indoors, beating Jessica Hull in the process. Then comes to USA's outdoors, wins USA's, and finishes 4th of the World Championships, which ties her best finish ever. She was 4th in the 15 in 2019. Now she's 4th again in 2025 after her ban. She's doing it all at 32. So if you think, hey, she's innocent, she got screwed, this is an all-time redemption story. If you think she was a doper and she's always been a doper, then you're probably not very impressed by it.
Yeah. But if she's a doper, she's an all-time psycho because she was so proud. She was full of smiles the whole 13 minutes. And she's actually contrasted. She said in 2019, I was devastated. I was in tears. I was crying when I got 4th. And tonight she was very proud of it. And she actually said, like when I'm out there alone, I wasn't planning on leading, but she just ran bravely. And she said that but I did think to myself, well, for the last 4 years, I've been working out alone by myself, leading these reps. So, considering she wanted to break 30 minutes in practice, I told her, why don't you move up to the 5 and the 10? Because she was talking about running, she thought about running the 1500 this year, but she couldn't get the wheels. We threw out World Cross. Anyways, check out the interview.
And props to Josette Andrews as well. 29 years old,